Hello and welcome everyone. This is Professor C. Purnima and today we are going to discuss about credit creation. Credit creation is one of the most important function of banks. Money deposited by one person in bank is given to another person in the form of loans and advances. Actually, banks cannot lend the entire amount of deposits because as per RBI regulations, the bank have to maintain a certain percentage of deposits in the form of reserves, and the remaining money can be lent as loans and advances. And here the process of credit creation starts. And the next one is important aspects of credit creation. There are two important aspects. One, liquidity. If the depositor demands cash, the bank must pay. So the bank has to create reserve to meet the demand. And next one is profitability. Banks are profit-driven enterprises. Bank grants loans to earn higher interest than what is paid on its deposits. And this process is based on assumption that the customers would not demand cash against their deposit at one point in time. And the next one is credit creation process. There are two ways of analyzing the credit creation process. First one is credit creation by a single bank and credit creation by a banking system as a whole. In a single bank credit creation, one bank operates all the cash deposits. If a person A deposits ₹1,000 in a bank and this ₹1,000 is an asset to the bank. Now the bank can lend or invest the money to earn income or to earn interest. But the bank has to repay the money when the customer demands. So, as per the legal obligation, the bank has to keep 10% of the deposit, of the total deposit as reserve with RBI. For example, let us assume that the bank requires to maintain a CRR of 10%. If a person A deposits ₹1,000 with the bank, then the bank keeps 10%, that is ₹100 as a reserve, and the remaining amount of ₹900 lends to another person called person B, and then the bank opens a credit account in the borrower's name, in the name of person B. Similarly, the bank keeps 10% as reserves from ₹900 as 90. Okay, 90 as a reserve. And the balance ₹810 lends loans to another person. If this ₹810 bank lends to another person called C, and that then the bank again creates credit account in the name of person C, and ₹810 as primary deposits, the bank has to create reserve for this ₹810, that is ₹81 as reserve, and the remaining ₹729 again the bank can lend to another person, and the process continues till the original deposit of ₹1,000 reduces too small to create any more loans. And this is the first process of credit creation by single bank. And the next one is multiple credit creation by banking system. If a person A deposits ₹1,000 in bank X, the bank X has to create reserve as 10%, that is ₹100 as reserve, and the balance ₹900 can lend to another person. For example, the bank lends this ₹900 to another person called B, and that person is going to deposit this money in bank X. So bank X also creates an account in the name of person B with a primary deposit of ₹900. Again, the bank Y has to create reserve of 10%, that is ₹90, and the remaining amount ₹810 can lend to another person. Example, bank Y lends ₹810 to another person called C. Then that person is going to deposit this ₹810 in bank Z, The bank Z has to create reserve for this 810 rupees, that is 81 rupees, and the remaining amount 729 rupees can lend to another person, and this process continues till the original amount of rupees 1000 reduces too small to create any more loans. And these are all the two process. And next, limitations of credit creation. First one, the total amount of cash in the country. Credit creation depends upon the cash received by banks. If banks received more cash, they can create more credit. So the credit creation is limited by banks' cash. And next, cash reserve ratio, CRR. All deposits can be used for credit creation. Banks must keep certain percentage of deposits in cash as reserve, as directed by central bank. If the cash reserve ratio is increased, the volume of credit that the bank can create will decrease, or cash reserve ratio decreases, the volume of credit that the bank can create will increases. Next one, the banking habits of people. The amount of loan given to a customer against come back into banks as primary deposit. Then only they can again create credit. And next one is policy of other banks. If some of the banks do not advance loans, the chain of credit expansion will be broken. The credit creation is possible if all the banks follows the uniform policy of maintaining cash reserves. And the next one is the availability of good securities. A bank creates credit in the process of acquiring liquid assets like gold, bills, raw materials. All types of assets are not acceptable to banks as securities. And the next one is policies of central bank. The extent of credit creation is depend upon the policies of central bank. The central bank has the power to influence the money supply in the country. Next one, leakages. There are some leakages in the process of credit creation. It is expected that the people who borrow money will deposit the same in the another bank. If they do not deposit the loan borrowed money in bank, the capacity of credit creation will be limited. And the next one is liquidity preference by the people. If people desire to hold more cash, the power of banks to create credit is reduced. And these are all the limitations of credit creation. Thank you.